welcome to my third video. This time it's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to do a Q&A. I started uploading videos and this time I just wanted to take a moment and let you guys know who I am and why I started this channel in the first place. For the people who don't know me at all, my name is Rima and I'm 23 years old. 3 weeks ago I decided to pack my bags and move to Italy. Before I did that, I was a teacher at a college in the Netherlands. The reason why I decided to share this all with you guys is because I don't always have someone to share with. When you travel alone, you can be pretty alone sometimes because you travel alone, duh. And yeah, that's why I love to open up with you and just share my adventures. From the moment I got to Italy, I decided to document everything I will be doing here. And the reason why is I don't want to keep all the memories I'll have only in my head. I want something to literally be able to look at when this adventure is over. And before I start with the Q&A, I just want to ask you really friendly, if you like this and my other videos, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're already clicking, just click on the subscribe button somewhere down below. I don't know how this is going to look like, probably here I guess. And hit the notification bells and make sure to follow me on all social media. Alright, the first question is why Italy? And my short answer is I didn't choose Italy, Italy chose me. And my long answer is I had a lot to give up on if I would move abroad. I would quit my job, my whole financial situation would be really different. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I have to find something that's really worth it. And for me, it didn't matter which country it would be. When I decided to go abroad, I decided to go as an au pair because I would save a lot on the living costs and on the cost of food and stuff. So it was a pretty big deal for me to live with another family since I've been living alone for the past 4 or 5 years. So for me, it was not the question which country I would go to, but with what kind of family would I have to live. So I found this family where I am now and they're super lovely people, and I just was sure that I would keep up with them for a whole year. That's why I decided to come to Italy. So it wasn't really about the country, it was more about who will I be surrounded with. Alright, my second question is about what advice would you give someone who will move abroad? And I think for people in my situation who had a job and they were independent, my biggest advice would be imagine the worst. Imagine you going abroad and it would end up in this big disaster and the only thing you would want is to go home. Do you have a place to stay? Do you have money to pay your rent with? Do you have money to buy yourself some food? I made sure that I have all these things as a backup plan, so in case it would be a disaster or later on in my adventure some disaster will happen, that I will still be able to go back to the apartment where I live, which I'm now renting to someone else. Okay, let's go up to question number 4. How do you spend your days? Well, to be honest, I'm quite busy during the day because I'm learning a new language, of course, Italian. And I'm going to school for that 2 times a week. Next to that, I'm still working on my bachelor. So I'm actually writing my thesis and I try to do that twice a week as well. And then I'm also following a social media business course, which I spend like 1 day at. And in the afternoon, I'm like doing my au pair job. So I'm picking up the kids and taking them to their activities, swimming lessons, basketball, stuff like that. And in the evening I might eat with the family, or I might go out for aperitivo or for dinner or whatever. And yeah, in the weekends I try to travel as much as I can, just try to visit new places, new cities. And yeah, that's kind of what I do. I don't attend to a gym. But I'm moving a lot here. I am easily getting my 10,000 steps. So that's approximately 7 kilometers on a minimum on a daily basis. So I do go out for a run sometimes in the morning. But yeah, that's how I spend my days. Mostly I just travel in the weekends, and during the weekdays I am learning Italian, writing my thesis, and doing a social media business course. Alright, so my next question is, where have you lived and what does it take for a place to make it feel like home? Definitely the second part of the question was really, really difficult. But I've grown up in the Netherlands until I was 20, and then I've moved to Moscow, Russia. I've lived there for like 6 months. I went back to the Netherlands, and then I was 23, that's now, and now I live in Italy. What it takes for a place to call it home, I thought it was a really, really difficult answer, but it turned out to be really, really simple. It only takes me. Because imagine you not feel comfortable with yourself. Imagine you not looking out after yourself. Who is going to do that for you? There is no one who will do that for you. So if you're the one who loves you, who takes care of you, who makes sure you're okay, and just is there with you, then that's enough, because you can't expect someone else to be with you and taking care of you if you're traveling alone. If you're taken care of, that's when you feel at home, right? I mean, when you're at your mom's place and she's taking care of you, you feel at home. And now it's not your mom taking care of you, it's just you taking care of you. The next one is a really, really important one. It is it true that coffees are only €1 in Italy? Well, listen up. It's not €1, it's 1.20. These people had a financial crisis, alright? It's not that easy to get cheap coffee anymore. Question number 7. What is the top 5 on your bucket list? To be honest, I don't have a bucket list. I just do things that I eventually find cool or sometimes less cool. And then I'm like, is this a bucket list thing? And then if I'm like, yes, I put it on my bucket list. And now I have a bucket list full with things which I have all done, and I don't have any things on my bucket list which will stay on my bucket list forever and I will never do, because I put them on afterwards. Alright, the last question, it's asked in like 2 variations. Where do you see yourself in 3 years and where do you see yourself in 5 years? So I'll just answer that as, where do you see yourself in the future? Okay, I'm not a nomad. I'm not going to travel the rest of my life. As much as I love travel, and it's always going to be a big part out of my life, I'm not going to do it full time for the rest of my life. Because, I also enjoy having a 9-to-5 job, coming home, cook dinner, sit down, have my meal, and then go to friends, have fun, have a drink together, have a laugh together. Those are things that I'm missing out on now. I'm actually missing out on a lot. It's not like only having fun with friends, it's also missing wedding anniversaries, it's also missing your little nephew grow up, it's also missing birthday parties and graduations. I've missed the 2 graduations of my 2 best friends, and today actually it's the anniversary of my best friend, her wedding anniversary of 1 year, and I'm just missing out on all of that. And that's okay. It's a sacrifice I took to have this amazing adventure, and I'm okay with missing it for now, but I'm not going to miss out on it for the rest of my life. So in the future, I just see myself working a 9-to-5 job, coming home to my family, cooking dinner, and not missing out on the things that I just mentioned. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hoped you liked this video and you got to get to know me a little bit better. And if you like this, you know what to do. Click here or click here. I'm still not sure on which side it's supposed to be. And make sure to follow me on all social media. Ciao!